We back. Abraham Doki.
Emir is Bramurio Gonzalez. Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary people, this is episode four. Yes,
Episode 4.
We recorded the last one.
And if you hear it, I'm assuming you watched our other episodes. If you didn't, go back and watch the other episodes.
Yes, we upload in a playlist format, so it's in order chronologically.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's very entertaining, I would say.
I think it's amazing. I think it's the best podcast out.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? You agree, right? I think you're nodding your head as you listen to this. Well, like, these guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, subscribe, comment, share it to your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, everybody, your friends, the friends you don't even like, your teachers, your professor, you know, everybody.
Don't forget, you can also contribute to the Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
We need to fund our show. Well, we don't need to, but we would like to add more stuff to it. And your contributions help.
Yeah, it does help. So check out Patreon. We have two memberships.
Do we?
Yeah. Don't we?
We do?
The $1 and the $5 membership.
Oh, I thought you meant we had two people already subscribed.
We don't. We have 0. Please
we have two tiers.
Two tiers.
Yeah, so there's the $1 a month club, and then there's $5 a month club, and they come with different perks, and you can look that up more
at our Patreon.
Yeah.
Link below.
But enough of that. Let's talk about today's topics. Abe.
Okay, I'm the topic guy here. So I think we were talking off air, and something I really want to talk about is how people like to use traumatic events or something, anything traumatizing as a benchmark in a relationship. Excusing some type of mental abuse as, oh wow, the relationship finally started. Oh wait, you guys never had a fight in 2 months? You guys been together? You guys actually in a relationship?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Those are benchmarks for relationships, is those traumatic, argumentative moments. Mm-hmm. And it's very inappropriate.
It's weird. Yeah. And I think some people may listen to this and be like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, that's ridiculous. But no, there's actual people who actually go into a relationship thinking, if we don't fight in the next, in the first 3-4 months, he or she doesn't love me. They don't care. They're not trying. I've heard it before. It's wild. Like, I had a friend start a fight with her boyfriend just because they haven't had a fight yet. I love that friend. I think they know who I'm talking. Actually, there's probably multiple of them. But I love all of you guys. But that is ridiculous. Oh, wait, we haven't had a fight yet. Time to plan a fight. I don't like fighting. I don't know. Maybe I'm maybe because I'm a Libra. I don't like confrontation.
Like a lot of people perceive those kinds of relationships as unrealistic and sort of unattainable and kind of boring.
Yeah, it's boring. It's kind
of boring.
It's like, oh wow, you guys are actually like just chilling and not fighting.
I know for myself, sometimes it's so hard to be like positive when like I've grown up to have such a negative mindset. I've grown up into like this institutionalized education system where I just perceive everything as bad, and I'm always looking out for the next bad thing to happen to me. So whenever I try to express anything positive, I just feel like it's corny, or like I just feel bad about it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's case by case, experience by experience basis. For me, I mean, I just love positivity. I love good vibes. In a relationship, fights are gonna happen, so you don't even have to force them. It's gonna happen. Somebody's gonna have a bad day. Something's gonna happen at work, family related. The fight is gonna happen. I feel like seeking out the fight is the weird part.
Yeah.
And when you talk about being positive in a relationship, it's tough because if all you see is negativity and you've only experienced negative relationships or negative events, and someone's coming to you with a sort of positive energy and positive attitude, all like super positive,
it just comes off as really weird and foreign.
Yeah, or fake, or like you're pandering to me. Like, this isn't like the real you. Show me the real self. Because I think we talked about this in previous episodes. When you meet somebody and you guys are talking face, they show you and tell you what you want to hear. So it's tough when you meet somebody who's themselves 110% and they're positive. A lot of people take a step back like, is this who you really are? Like, it's hard to believe people, especially now with the whole social media dating app, world we live in. People can play a great act for a long time until you never know. So, but it's, again, the negative thing is starting the fight, looking for confrontations, looking for some kind of validation that your relationship is real, but it has to be in a negative sense.
Yeah. The other thing about the other side of that is like you shouldn't avoid having conversations and arguments because not all arguments are bad.
Yeah.
You're gonna have disagreements, and you shouldn't like. A lot of people just don't like confrontation,
right.
And that's something we all need to work on. In the sense that we should be able to talk to each other about issues. And so there should be a balance, but you shouldn't like actively seek or like glorify bad situations and like sort of mark them as periods in your life, in your relationship.
Like gold medal, congratulations.
Like milestones.
You're in a relationship.
Like it's not,
It's weird. It's so weird, and I was just thinking about it earlier today. I'm just like, if we do that, T.I., the rapper, the coon himself, he, wrote like a paragraph about, his wife, how much he loved him, love her, and they've been together for so long, and her patience and forgiveness. Dude, you cheated on her like 100 times. Like, she took you back, but like, that isn't like, oh, that's goals. People see that, and they're like, yo, that's goals. They're so in love. They're so real. Like, that's part of celebrity culture, but also I've seen like people glorify like toxic relationships. Like, yo, you going through all that stuff and you guys are together. That means you guys are down for each other. Nah, bruh.
Yeah.
That's not what we should be glorifying.
That's definitely something I've heard. That sort of narrative of like sticking together even though it's kind of a shitty relationship.
Right.
Sort of like Will and Jada Smith, who like are kind of stuck together. And they don't really seem like they like each other anymore. But like divorce is more expensive than just sort of separation.
And I think our generation, we see marriage as more of a contract, a paperwork.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole Jada and Will Smith, that's their business, is whatever. But a lot of people were like, yo, J. Cole, I want that Jada and Will relationship. I want that, that marriage. You don't know nothing about that marriage. You don't know what's happening. Like, we have no idea what's happening behind closed doors. So let's stop.
And we shouldn't. It's
none of our business.
That whole red table talk situation, it just didn't need to be a thing.
Unnecessary.
It was very performative for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
They embarrassed a lot of people. Like, they didn't just embarrass themselves. They embarrassed a lot of people, included like their kids.
Sheesh.
The people who work with them. August Alsina embarrassed himself.
Right.
It was a shit show. It was a shit show.
And it was unnecessary. I feel like a lot of these things obviously are not our business, but stop glorifying other people's relationships. Like, it's not cool. It's not cute. You don't know what's actually happening. And people see this whole situation like, oh wow, they're still down for each other. And that's goals. Like, I want that.
The other thing about that is like how concerning it is that when you glorify a relationship and you tell your friend, for example, who's in a relationship that, oh, I wish I had what you had, but you don't know what's going on, and they aren't really happy in that relationship.
Right.
Now they feel kind of pressure to stay with this other person who
isn't right for them.
Yeah, they already felt stuck with them for some reason.
And like, breaking up with somebody is tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like, that's why I can never, it's so weird for me being on social media, even being around people who see like abusive relationship and like, oh, why they just don't leave, or why can't they leave? They like, it's a process. You just can't get up and just dip. It's much harder. So I feel like
some people are like economically tied to someone.
Yes.
Or
emotionally dependent.
Yeah.
They were there when you were going through something, and you have that type of connection, and you feel like without them you're nothing. It's like, it could be economic, it could be strictly physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental. There's so many things that go into that. And for just, oh, why they can't leave? Why can't you just leave her? Why she can't just leave him? Why can't she leave her? Why can't you leave him? Like, why they can't, separate? It's much harder. So I think having that like empathy and that emotional intelligence to understand like it's more than, it's just more than what you think. It's more than what you see. And you can support people in different ways. You could give them some money. You could give them housing ideas. You could be there. But just be like, oh, why can't you just leave? It's way tougher. And we're using that this conversation just to point back into the fact that people just love to glorify things they can't see at a surface level. And this happens so often. So yeah, let's just stop. Let's just cut it out. Let's stop glorifying toxic relationships when we see it as a benchmark for a relationship. Let's just stop glorifying relationships we have nothing, like, have no idea about.
Yeah.
And we can actually point that into another thing. People, stop trying to dictate your friend's relationship. Like, can we stop? I feel like a lot of people try to make, like, they live through their friends, or they live through their friends' relationships.
Yeah.
So any situation, see, I told you 2 months ago you should have broke up with him. He wasn't nothing. I told you, like, telling somebody that is actually, like, really messed up. Like, your relationship could be okay, and then you have that one friend who's, like, just throwing negative seeds into your mind. Then when you see something like, oh wait, shoot, my friend told me this, I knew you were like this. Yo, can we stop?
I mean, my first relationship was like that.
He dated 7 people at one time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much. Not literally. You could have, like, introduced that as a metaphor. I dated one person, but she had, like, 6 other friends who would, like, were in her head at all times, telling her when to hang out, what to answer me when I would say anything.
Right.
And we all went to the same school, so it was, like, weird, and they were constantly all over us. And it made it really hard to do anything, like. And those are the kinds of people who are, like, very bad for you.
Right.
Like, there's a difference between helping give advice in your friend's relationship and policing it.
Oof.
Like, you're just straight up monitoring this person like a helicopter parent, and that it's just corny to me. It's weird. Like, I don't. Yeah.
Save for the people in the back. It's super corny. Like, I'm the advice guy. People come to me for advice. Like, if you're in a relationship that I feel is really toxic or is draining to you, of course I'm saying, like, break it off. But if you're just asking for simple advice in a situation, I will give you advice in that situation. But I'm not gonna ask you every day, what did he say? What did she say? What's happening with them? Oh, so I don't think you should go on this date. This is how you should respond to this. There are friends who are honestly policing their other friends' relationship, honestly, just to live through it themselves.
Yeah. And these people be the ones who haven't been in a relationship, like, ever.
Or only been in bad relationships.
All the relationships suck, so they don't trust a certain gender or group of people specifically because of a traumatic experience. So now they've sort of pinned that anger onto, like, the person that their friend is dating.
Right.
And it's, yeah.
And I think one thing that actually sucks is when you're in a relationship with someone and they would rather go to their friend for advice instead of just communicating. Because we all know communication is key, but if they just don't have that trust in you to communicate, so they go to that one friend who is not going to say anything positive about you, who's going to tell that person, be petty or break with them, or, this is just how they are. Having self-independence in a relationship is very important, not just for that, the person you're with, the people you're around, because the people you're around have heavy influence in your relationship a little too much sometimes. I feel like I dated somebody. Sometimes after a relationship is done, you start thinking like, wow, that was way more interesting, or like weird. This person did this thing weird. They did this thing weird. Is that really them, or is that their friend? Because especially sometimes your partner may meet a group of people who are really new and foreign, and they think they know your partner so much better than you know them, and they start seeking things into their heads about you without actually knowing you. Yeah, I feel like that was super vague, guys, but I feel like people can understand what I mean. Like,
yeah, I feel like it's relatable.
It's relatable. Like, this new group of people come in, they feel like they know your partner. Oh, this and this and this and this. They're not like this. This isn't who you're supposed to be with. And it's super weird. Like, no, I've been with this girl for 2 years. I know her. You've been there for 3 months. You think you know her better than I do? And then you don't want to start fights with your partner's friends. It never goes well for you. You're always the bad guy. Oh, girl. Or whoever you are. Like, you are the bad person in that situation. Because you're
usually outnumbered.
Yeah.
You're usually the person who knew your partner for the least amount of time, because they usually have friends who they've been friends with since childhood, and now they're like controlling them basically and telling them everything. So if you start an argument with that friend, your partner's more likely to be loyal with that friend than you.
Even if that other person is wrong.
So, yeah.
But I think one thing that sucks even worse than that, because the long-term childhood friend is a different enemy. That's a different type of battle you're fighting. Like, imagine like the friend they only knew for like 3 months, and like they choose that 3 months friend over a relationship that, or like over you who's been there for like a year and a half, and it's just like, I thought we had like this base level of understanding. Like,
that would mess me up, like personally. Like if someone picked their 3-month friend over me, like
it's not. We're not even talking about pick. It's like, oh, drop them off. I want to be with you. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about like a situation, like a hypothetical situation. Let's throw one up there. You're in a relationship with your girl or a guy, and your friend comes over. Right? The friend comes over, stay for a few days. After a few days, you notice some of your stuff missing. Like maybe your piggy bank, it's gone, and you accuse the friend, and you find out the friend actually did it, and the friend is like, I didn't steal anything. And if your partner chooses that friend over you in that situation, you'll feel a type of way. Rightfully so. You're like, wow, dang, that was my piggy bank. I really wanted that piggy bank back. It's gone. Your friend stole it. And like, we're not always saying the partner's right 110%. I think sometimes friends have this this gut feeling that the person that they're friends with is bad.
Yeah.
But you should have evidence before you go ahead and try to like shark them down.
It's definitely a case by case basis.
Yeah, case by case.
But what we're saying is it shouldn't be either 100% one way or the other.
Right.
But yeah, just stop policing your friends' relationships and let them sort of, especially if they're adults.
Yeah.
Especially if they're adults, like let them sort of
navigate. Let them navigate it because it's gonna happen eventually.
Those are definitely like relationships can be transformative. I like positive, whether or not the relationship is positive or negative, you will transform from it. And overall, you will learn. You will either become a worse or better person for it. I'm not gonna sit here and say like every relationship ever is gonna turn you into a better person,
right?
Because that's bullshit. You're probably like, there's definitely ways that you can react negatively to the end of a relationship where like you just change the outlook on your life and you just start hating certain people. But it's definitely up to you to perceive those kinds of situations.
Yeah, I mean, well put. I feel like when it comes to relationships, one thing I do, go into it thinking, I would not let this person get me out of character. I've had that happen before, and I didn't like myself. I didn't like who I was in that moment. In that moment of like, you know what? I hate this person. Like, I hate everything about them. F them. I was just an angry person about this relationship that I invested so much in, and it hurts, and it ended. And I had all this hate and animosity. Like, I hate their families. I hate all of them. I'm just like, you know what? No, I will not let somebody get me to that level. And sometimes it's like we say, it's the friend. Sometimes it's the person. Sometimes it's how it ends. But that's just my motto about relationships.
So
I would not let them have me out of character.
I guess on that topic of like keeping character or keeping your cool, we wanted to talk about cheating.
Dun 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 dun. Like we sprinkled it earlier before.
Yeah.
But let's dive deep into
So cheating in monogamous relationships, and even poly relationships is a thing where like there's ethical non-monogamy, and then there's monogamy where like, or polygamy where you are sleeping with other people but you're not being communicative about it, even though that's what you're supposed to agree. Well, that was what was agreed on, is that you and your partner would communicate with each other whenever you sleep with other people. If you're not doing that, some might consider that cheating. I'm not really sure. I'm not an expert on polyamory myself. I've been in one, but I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert.
Communication.
I'm kind of a dumbass when it comes to this stuff. But
he's really smart.
In some aspects, I guess.
Let's keep that.
Yeah, I'm like,
can't hype you up too much.
I'm like, I'm getting there to the emotional intelligent level.
Try. He's like here, and I'm like here. But We almost there.
I'm getting my bachelor's. All right.
But no, keep going. I
mean, that was I was laying the basis for what we were talking about.
Cheating is not a mistake; it is a decision. First thing, like let's start there.
All right,
let's start there. Cheating is a decision that you make.
Okay,
it is not a mistake. And people will try to use that alcohol excuse. People go out, drinks are flowing, and I made out with X because I was a little drunk. Alcohol doesn't change your morals. It may change your character, but it doesn't change your morals at all. Like for me, when I'm a little drunk, I'm more like loving. I'm like, you're the best friend ever. I love you. But if I'm in a relationship, I'll call my girlfriend like, I miss you. I want to be with you right now. Where are you? I'm going to leave this party with all my friends, and I want to be with you, and I want to hang out with you. And I've seen people don't do that in relationships. That's just a moral thing.
Okay.
Yes, my character has changed because I have alcohol in my body. I'm more lovey-dovey. I'm showing my love to my friends, but I'm not gonna step outside my relationship. You feel me? That's when I say it's a decision, not a mistake. And then when we take out alcohol, right? Just take out alcohol altogether. There are steps to cheating.
Right.
You're texting that person.
Yeah.
You guys are playing to link up. It doesn't have to have. You guys don't even have to have sex. But even having, do you think entertaining somebody in a relationship is cheating?
Entertaining someone?
Yeah.
In what sense? Like, am I rapping for them? Because I'm a musician.
It doesn't have bars.
6 teeth, 6 dot teeth on Instagram.
Are you promoting your stuff?
You promoted your shit last episode.
Doki Delights at Instagram.
Okay.
Check it out.
We are at the halfway point. This is where we would do sponsors. That'd be crazy.
But going back to cheating, like you're planning to meet with that person.
Entertaining someone.
Entertaining, just even flirting, light flirting.
Right. Yeah.
Is that cheating? Through text. Is that cheating in a relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not flirting with nobody if I'm with you.
To a lesser degree, I would say.
But that's still cheating.
Yes.
So
I would say that if you nip it in the bud, you end that, and it never gets to that physical point, or you never even make plans to meet up, then I don't know. It's just a little less immoral, you know? I think so. Because
will you break up with somebody for that? That's the question.
That's a good question.
Would you comment under below. Would you break up with your partner for light flirt texting? Because I would. I'm breaking up with you.
Probably.
Because for me,
I didn't in my first relationship.
You should have.
When I found out that I felt cheated on. Actually, wow.
Boom.
Wow.
Roasted.
Okay, so my first ex actually texted some other person. And it was a lot. Have you seen the text?
You showed me the text.
Yeah,
you highlighted it.
It was wild.
You sent it to my Google.
It was very it was proof. It was just proof. You couldn't doubt that there was a lot going on, but they never did anything physical, at least to my knowledge. I'm just gonna believe that. Yeah. I'm just gonna believe that.
Yeah. You have to.
So like I felt cheated on. And I will to this day say that I was cheated on. And I didn't break up with her because it was my first relationship and I didn't know how to. I thought this was going to be the only person attracted to me ever.
Boy, were you wrong.
It was a different time.
Different time. High school, early high school.
But yeah, I felt very sad and bad about it. But like that was me like reading the intensity of these texts. Yeah, it was really bad.
So you felt cheated on back then. But if that happens to Emir now, do you think you're cheated on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I don't know. That's where my brain says like I shouldn't, but I do.
Yeah, I mean because it's your emotions. I feel like you know why I hate making this point because a lot of people. I feel like it's generic, but people don't have the same morals as you. They don't have the same mental makeup. Just because you will never text somebody flirting, you will never flirt with somebody else, you can't bank on your partner doing the same.
Yeah. And
it sucks. And that's why relationships are a crapshoot. It's a risk. Because you're risking the fact that person is going to respect you and move the same way you do. And when they don't, that's why it hurts even more because you're like, I would never do you like that. Why did you do me? That person's not you though, and that's why it hurts. Like when you get cheated on, when you know your friends get cheated on, you're like, damn, that hurts. But like these people don't have the same mental makeup as you, and it's really great when you do find people like that. And I've been cheated on because I consider if we're in a relationship and you're letting another dude touch up on you, that's cheating. Period.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's period. Like that, for me, I've been cheated on.
Well.
Oh.
Okay. I mean, what if you're dancing, or what if you're an actor?
Like, okay. So
acting.
Let's use actually specifics. You're in a relationship, right? And your partner's sitting on somebody's lap. Is that cheating?
That's weird.
Is that cheating?
Is it? I don't know. I don't think.
I'm about to hit you with a lot. Like 5. Get ready. Is that cheating? Yes or no? I just need yes or no. Because it happened to me.
All right. Let's do this again.
If you're in a relationship with somebody and your partner's sitting on somebody's lap, is that cheating?
Yes.
If you're in a relationship with somebody and somebody touches, let's say it's a girl, another man touches your girl's chest, is that cheating?
No.
But she allows it multiple times. What
does that mean? Like
he's physically touching up on her.
I know, but how can she does she just
she walks around and
you make it, when you first said that, you make it sound like he just did it without her consent.
No, like she doesn't care. Like she's okay with guys doing that to her while she's in a relationship.
Yeah.
Is that cheating?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
That's cheating.
Yeah.
So touching the chest and the butt is cheating while you're in a relationship and she's okay with it. That's cheating.
Yeah.
Boom. Cheated on.
Okay.
Because I mean that obviously goes to like for me personally that's just the surface level because I have to think that's the most that happened, but later on I found out more had happened between that person and her. Because
we don't have to go into that.
We don't have to go into my pain, but we don't. The scars are gonna open up from 3 years ago and just But I'm just saying, when that happens, that leads to more though. Like mentally, like you just, I'm gonna touch up on you, and we're not gonna text about it, and we're both okay with why you're in a relationship. Yeah. So yeah, that's cheating, and it just sucks because I learned in that moment. Oh wow, yeah, people don't move the way I do because I would never do that in a relationship. I got in trouble for hugging one of my friends for like over 10 seconds.
Oh no, that's cheating. 10 seconds?
Yeah, big hug. Because like we won a game.
Damn.
Of the mystery game. Everybody has a character.
Oh yeah, like a murder mystery.
Yeah, that game. We won, and I gave her like a big hug, and my girlfriend that time, who was cheating on me, got upset at me and like blackmailed me for hugging her for like 10 seconds. You see how people work? Like people don't have the mental makeup.
Some people are just more insecure than others.
Oh no, yeah, it's insecurity. Same one who said I had wives back home in Africa.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're all insecure in some way. Like I'm insecure as hell.
Yeah, I'm insecure in some ways, but like the extremes. Like some people are so insecure they cheat and then excuse it for their insecurities. That's deep though. That's deep. Like that's deep trauma.
Can you say that again?
People will be so insecure in their relationship, right? Cheat on their partner. Cheat on their partner, then use their insecurities as the excuse of why I cheated. Oh, I cheated on you because I thought you were cheating on me. Or I cheated on you. Oh my god, I heard this. This is the same chick. She said this. I cheated on you because I want to do it before you did.
Yeah. See, the way I got cheated on, the way it started is like they didn't even start by texting. Apparently, she saw his boner, erection, in class, and then they talked about it, and then that turned into like flirting, and then she would start to complain about what I was doing in our relationship to him, and that was weird. And I'm just like, if you're so unsatisfied, you should have just broken up with me. I was unsatisfied too. Shit,
Yo, that's the thing, bro. If you're before you cheat, if you even have the inclination, if you have the tingle, break up with me. I'm gonna be fine. I don't care what you do after the relationship. Just break up with me first, please. Even if you cheat, please don't cheat on me. I'm gonna be really heartbroken. But if you do, tell me. Because the worst thing is being cheated on and learning up like 5 months later. because you know what? That delays my healing process, and that's when I'm pissed off. I could have been healing in that time.
That's nasty. That was some words. I don't even. That was bars.
Like, how dare you delay my healing because you want to be selfish?
Yeah.
Like that. Oh my, that pisses me off. Like, how dare you? You cheated, disrespect, very incredibly disrespectful. Then you had me lingering in this relationship, either projecting all of your insecurities and just projecting on me, making me feel like I'm not shit or I'm the wrong one in this relationship while you were cheating on me. And then I found out later on that you were cheating on me. And now I'm like, dang, I could have been healing 6 months ago, but now I'm in more pain because I wasted 6 months of my life in a relationship that you were not happy in. I wasn't happy, and you was projecting on me, but you were still doing bad on the other side. Like, how dare you? Like, it's so upsetting us hearing that. Like, you go ahead and project, and you cheat, and you lie, but you don't have the integrity just to, like, if you cheat, of course, you're not going to have the integrity to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like,
naturally.
And I really had to learn from that. And that's why I always tell, like, every time, if I'm getting a relationship, even if I'm flirting, just be honest with me.
I feel like that's the whole point of cheating.
Because you don't want to be honest?
You don't, yeah. Like, you want to do it low key. Like, if you were bold enough to admit that you cheated on someone, then you're probably bold enough to break up with them, right?
Boom.
No?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes. That's just such an amazing point. I don't even know what to say. It's so obvious. I feel like a lot of things we're saying is super, super obvious. But it's just like, there are people, right?
I feel like we should, I don't know. There's probably cheaters listening to the show.
Call in cheaters.
And I don't want to, like, label them as bad people.
Oh, no, we're not saying
like,
as a person.
They're, like, the worst people ever.
Oh, we're not saying that.
I mean, what they did might have been real shitty.
Yeah, but, okay, we're empathetic. We have emotional intelligence.
Is there, like...
Cheating doesn't make you a horrible person.
Is there a way to, like, not say that they're the worst people ever?
Oh, I don't know, bro. Because they're the worst person to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's unfortunate. Like, in your life, you probably babysit all your family members, and you take out the trash, and you pay your mommy's rent. But to one person, you're probably the worst person that ever worked on the face of the earth. The face of the earth.
Yeah.
My English. like you said, like, there are people cheat, right? And they will be overcome with guilt, and they'll admit that they cheated, right? You couldn't just break up with them. Like, I understand someone's gonna have an answer for that. I don't know the answer. Please comment below. Share this. We need the answer. I need the answer.
I don't really need an answer.
I don't need an answer. I'm completely fine. I have healed from my previous relationship.
You don't sound like you.
But no, but I feel like you can still ruminate even if you heal. But yeah, like, you could just break up with them. Oh, it's hard to break up with them. Oh, I love them too much. I didn't want to break up with them. But you didn't love them enough to not cheat.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
I think that needed a moment of silence.
Yeah, honestly. Moment of silence for other people who cheated on.
For everyone to just reflect. If you've cheated or been cheated on,
shit sucks.
Yeah. What else were we talking about?
I mean, I feel like that was a pretty great segment on cheating.
We're at the 34-minute mark.
34-minute mark. I'd say we have like maybe 10 to 15 minutes left. Something that I could wait. You have something you can talk.
Oh, I was just gonna, like, further I guess, indulge in what I was saying earlier about the way that I sort of fear affection, and sort of dealing with people who just can't be affectionate or just don't like it, or just uncomfortable with being called cute, or like using those kinds of words. Because I'm definitely one of those people. I don't know why. I could blame it on a bunch of stuff.
You're mad cute, bro.
Like,
yeah, he's blushing. He's smiling right now. He likes that. He likes it for me though.
It's just weird. Like, I just feel weird because of the way, not the way that I was brought up by my parents, but like the way that I was brought up in school, or the way that I was brought up by my interactions with other people, because I was very antisocial as a kid. In high school and middle school, I didn't have any friends besides Abe and our other friend.
Yeah.
His name I probably shouldn't say. on air.
Right.
But
let's protect your identity.
Yeah, but like, and so like now that I'm in this realm, I used to feel ugly. That's the other thing. So now I'm in this realm where like I'm just conventionally attractive, and people think so, and I don't know how to like handle that.
That is tough.
And it's just like, it's not tough. It's more like it's hard. It's tough for the people who compliment me, because then they don't know what to say, because they're struggling with like how to make me feel better. When every time they try to make me feel better, it just makes me feel weird, because affection is weird. And that's my segment.
That's a great segment. Let's dive deep into that for a little bit. I feel like self-acceptance is super dope. Like, self-love doesn't mean like you think you're like the greatest person ever, right? Self-acceptance doesn't mean like, yo, I'm really like the Zeus of everything. Actually, you don't want to be the Zeus of anything. Zeus was pretty horrible, actually. But like, self-acceptance is, this is who I am. In all the imperfections of who I am, this is who I am. You know, I have crazy hair. I have a big feet. Big nose. But it's cute though. That rhymes. But like, it's the acceptance of yourself. And I feel like you don't have to say I'm the cutest person ever. You say that off camera a lot, but that doesn't mean you have to say it. But it's just accepting who I am as a person.
I accept myself. It's when other people call me things that I just feel weird. Because
you never heard it growing up.
Yeah, I guess. And also just like the idea of positivity kind of scares me, because I've always been the type of person to be like, optimism is dumb, because like once you're happy, you're just gonna be sad again in like an hour. Because I was depressed and I didn't know what depression was. So I just had like chronic depression as a teen and didn't know what it was, and just assumed that the world was just like this, and I was just, this is my personality. That's another thing, is like depression is not your personality.
It's not.
It's a disorder. It takes over your body.
Chemical disorders.
Right? And it does, like, it's real, like it makes you do things, or make you don't do things, not do things.
Depression has like prevented so many people from doing like things their goals and their absolute they're not even goals, they're just even waking up in the morning.
Yeah,
like your daily tasks that you want to do. Depression.
Take care of yourself. That. Hygiene. I would go weeks without showering. Well, not weeks. I would say a week and a half max. Until I just couldn't handle my own smell. And like, it's just stuff like that I grew up unknowledgeable about, because I grew up in Harlem in the hood with like second generation or first generation immigrants who are scared of, you know, seeking medical attention, because that'll just bring more attention onto us. So we were like fearing the therapist, fearing medical aid. So I never got to like psychoanalyze myself. I never had a guidance counselor. I never had any sort of help in that department. And so I just assumed that this is just how I am. I'm just sad. And yeah.
First thing first, I feel like, you know, just knowing you personally, you have grown a lot in like the last 10 years, 5 years. I feel like one thing that can really help you is just like, yo, I'm not that person I was. Like, you're not that person or that kid in high school. Shit, you're not even the person 2 years ago in college. You've grown. You've most definitely grown from that. So I think just going back and learning and telling yourself, I'm not that person. Like, I'm not that person anymore. I've grown from who I was. I don't see that world. Like, the world isn't like that anymore for me. Yeah. Obviously, depression still happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a erase board. You can't like erase that shit. But it's still there. But you're not that person you once was. That's really important to tell yourself, because you have grown, and the world is a much brighter place than it was when you were 15. For at least for you in your eyes. So that's really important to do, and it takes time. This is a process we're talking about. This is years and generational, you know, trauma that's happening, and trying to revert that, and trying to seek positivity and seek companionship, and having people tell you great things about yourself, which can be a foreign language to you, because you didn't hear it for like 90% of your life. Now you're an adult and you're hearing it. Like, I'm such an amazing artist, and I'm handsome, that can be successful. And that at first you creep that up, you're like, that's weird for me. But it's a process. It's going to be a process. But again, reverting back to like, okay, I'm not that person who I once was. This is my new reality. This is who I am. And it will keep taking time. But when you get there, it's going to be a beautiful experience for you. And I feel like having you be, the person you are, you can really touch and influence other people's lives who's been in your shoes, who are in your shoes right now. Like feeling this, new age of their life of, wow, I can be something, but I don't know what I can be. I think your story and your experience is really important. Because I feel like somebody can be listening to this right now and be like, I'm Emir. Like, I'm Emir.
All right, let's not go that far.
But like,
no one could be me.
Oh,
the microphone.
Mic check once. Okay, but like someone can hear the story of yours. Like, yo, that's who I am, or that's what I'm going through.
Yeah.
So yeah, just it's a process. But I love your growth right now, and I love the person you're becoming, because you're not the same person you were 3 years ago. You feel me? So just keep growing, keep grinding. And those people who are saying great things about you, they're not lying. It's the truth. You are that amazing. I see some tears in your eyes.
My eyes are dry as hell right now. You need to relax.
He's a little teary.
You need to relax.
That's a little emotional.
Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
What was I about to say though? What was like my starting words?
Shoot, I don't even remember.
Oh, my friend. Okay, one of my friends, listener of the pod.
Oh wow.
Whoa. Shout out, you know who you are. He had a situation with
we have like about 3 minutes, but we could go over time.
We could go. Okay, this is gonna be quick. She was talking to somebody who was very dry, dry texter, right? And the conversation was just they kept going but never materialized. But my friend was keep trying to talk to her. They were supposed to link up in the city. Never linked up in the city. Still trying to talk. Find out that this girl was, having somebody else talk, like she was with, doing this whole like talking phase. Which she, like, my friend was like, okay, like you were never my girlfriend, so I really don't care. Right? You're not my girlfriend. However, this girl, they don't talk for a month. This girl hits her up in the DMs. My friend doesn't respond. Then the girl goes text my friend like, oh, haven't heard from you in a while. Why did you ignore my DM? Then my friend was like, well, we haven't talked in a month, and don't you have somebody else that you could talk to? Then the girl's like, oh, okay, gotcha. Then blocks my friend on Instagram and like was being super petty. And I'm just like, yo, I'm really tired of people thinking they're always in the right. Like, you don't even go, she didn't even try to have a conversation.
Those are the type of people who match with you, disappear, and then expect you to constantly have them in your head. And like,
I will block you. Get away from me.
I moved on already.
Yeah,
like,
life just
we stopped talking, so I moved on. Especially when I didn't have any attachment to you in the first place. We never met up.
No, we're not friends.
Like, I have no reason to talk to you anymore.
We were talking for a month. Chill out. And also, I feel like the pod's almost done, but I feel like this is a great ending little segment we're gonna have right now. You cannot push people away and expect them to still be there. Stop. I'm talking about even at like in a relationship. Someone may try to push you away. Don't expect your partner to be the same person they are if you push them away. Because when you push them away, they may not want to be around you anymore. It happens to friendships. It happens to relationships. It happens to situationships. Pushing people away.
I can agree with that, but I also, it's still situational.
Oh no, it's personal.
Like, a lot of people have mental health issues where like they don't even know. Like,
they're
not even they're so mentally ill that they're not even self-aware of their illness, so they think they're right. So then they start pushing people out of the way, having episodes.
Right.
And sometimes you have to stick with them, especially friends.
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, psych major here, but we say that we have to stick with them. It's so hard to, right? It's really hard to when they are consistently like pushing you. It's so like hard. And I've been there. Like, I'm not even talking about that. If you were going through a mental episode, a manic episode, anything that's happening, I would respect that. And even if you just need some personal space and some agency, right? I'm more willing to give that to you, right? But I'm just saying, even this can be general. We could add that into it. Even if that is happening, the tough reality is that half the time, the person you're trying to get back to may not be there for X amount of reasons. Something may have happened in their personal life when you were away. They might be going through something mental.
Yeah.
Right? So I think, thank you for jumping in, but I think my point was linking those two things together, right?
Yeah.
And saying, as just like a wholesale, we have to have more empathy and understanding when people don't want to be around you because it's usually not you. They're probably going through something. So respect the fact like, oh, I was gone for 3 months. You're not the same person I was going. So a lot of things can happen in 3 months, right? Additionally, empathizing and understanding like, yo, things happen in people's lives. If you don't want to talk to me right now, I'm okay with that because you have your reasons. I'm gonna respect that. But at the same time, something may happen with me in the next few weeks and months that I wish you have the same respect as well. So yeah, people will change over time. I feel like I just want people to have this in their head. It's tough not to personalize things, internalize things, and that's something we have to work to over time. Like it's not always me. I'm not always the issue. And sometimes that person is not ready to tell you what's going on. They don't know how to communicate that because they don't even know what's happening to themselves. Like you say, it could be a mental thing, emotional thing. Sometimes they just need some air to breathe. So let's not internalize and personalize that. At the same time, the flip side is you have to understand like people will change. We're complex beings. We're ever changing beings. How you feel about that?
I think that's a good way to end it.
End it. Like, subscribe, and share. The Emotional Intelligence Podcast. We're signing off. This is Abraham Delkey the First.
America's Brown Murillo Gonzalez.
And we love you.
Thank you.
Well, I love you.
Okay.
We love you. Hopefully you like the show.
Yeah.